Hi, VCC. I'm just here at home recording just the introduction of my message this morning. We had some technical difficulties, and I didn't want you guys to be wondering where I had disappeared to. So I'm just going to go over what I spoke about this morning, just the beginning part, and it's going to be divided, our message now, into two parts. You can see what I spoke about on our YouTube channel. And this morning I spoke about living in uncertainty. And I was sitting in the doctor's office in June. I had to go for my mammogram and yearly ultrasound. And I was just looking around the people in the room, and I was just thinking about them and the place that we found ourselves in. And I could see by the different expressions on their faces, some were worried, some were concerned, and even other people talking on the phone, I could hear their messages with regards to their results. And I realized in that moment that we were all sitting in waiting for the unknown. And how do we react and how do we behave in uncertain times? You know, at first I sat there calm and peaceful and collected, thinking that God had already taken care of me each year and that this year would be no different. But then all of a sudden I had this little tinge in my heart, and it just occurred to me, what if this time they do find something? And, you know, I felt my mind start to think what that would mean. You know, how would I handle it? You know, what would I do? How would I behave and how would I act? But then I just decided to stop myself, and I decided to pray and thank God for the times that He has brought me through every single year now. This is the 11th year, and every year I go, it's a negative result. But I just felt that, you know, God is in control of all things. And I thanked Him for my life in that moment, and I really felt to pray for the people that were in that room. And there was a lady there who was really struggling. You could tell by her facial reactions how she was talking about things and frowning and looking over all her stuff, making sure she had it, and, you know, talking on the phone to people. And another lady was talking really loud in the waiting room, and just how, you know, she didn't feel supported all these times. But in the moment when she got her results, it came back all clear. And she actually came over to apologize to me at the end, just before she left, about her volume and, you know, me listening to all her life story and what she had been through. But I just told her not to worry about it. And I told her I was really, really happy that her outcome was a good one. And, you know, and then I watched again the room and watched the other people sitting there with that expression. And, you know, each one of us was facing uncertainty. And when we look at the Israelites, they were also faced with uncertainty and the unknown. They were just a month and a half into their journey from leaving Egypt, and they already started to complain. They already had known and they felt comfortable with their lives in Egypt. It wasn't a good life for them, as they were slaves and they had to work all the time. They weren't respected by the Egyptians, and they were treated unfairly. But in their eyes, it was still something that they knew, something that they understood, and something that could be predicted. So aren't we just the same? You know, we want to live in comfort. We want to live in safety. We want to know what the future is going to hold, and we want to know what each day is going to hold for us. The Israelites thought that they would have this new journey, that they wouldn't have to endure any more suffering, no more hardships once they left Egypt. They thought that their lives would be smooth sailing from the moment that they left. They thought that their lives would now be lived in the certainty, and they were happy and content while being in that place. But then uncertainty happened. So how were the Israelites faced with uncertainty? The first uncertainty that they were faced with was one of lack of food. In Exodus 16:3, it says this, they had no time to plant the crops, and they were continually moving by the Holy Spirit's promptings. And where would they get their food from? So this was a really place of uncertain times for them.